Stephen, first of all, thanks for your time today. At the sort of point of a new season and I guess a new start for Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah, of course, it's a new start for everyone, you know, the supporters, the players, everyone connected to the club. When a new manager comes in and new coaching staff, it's a fresh slate for everyone, so I think it's an exciting era upon us and really looking forward to it.
So what have your early impressions of Brendan Rodgers been?
Very good, like everyone else. I think he's an impressive man, he speaks very well. I think he's come in with a vision and a plan for the club, and because he's a man that plays good football, exciting football, and what we've seen at Swansea, I think everyone's excited because if he can bring that to Liverpool with a bit more quality, with all due respect to Swansea, we've got better players. You know, we can be successful under him.
I think he's the fifth manager you've worked with here at Liverpool now. Do you think he has any similarities to any of the managers you've worked with in the past?
Yeah, he does. You know, all managers at this level have, you know, similarities. They all like to win, and they all like to play good football, but they're all different as well. Some of them prefer to be tactically, defensively a bit more. Some of them like to play a bit more open. I think Brendan's got the right balance of wanting to play good attacking football, but also have a solid base and have a transition very quickly from when you lose the ball to win it back.
Even though you've only been with him for a week since you came here to America, have you noticed any differences in training? Is there anything changed from perhaps last season?
Yeah, there has. I think the training's a lot more physical, a lot more demanding on the body. You know, it's a bit more longer if you like it, and it's more tactical. That's no disrespect to the people before. It's just that, you know, different people have different ideas. Some people like to train light and short. And make it fun, and some people like it to be demanding, physical, with a lot of ideas, you know, for the coming season. But it's early days yet. You know, I don't want to put all my eggs in the basket with my opinions and stuff. You know, I'm looking forward to working with the new setup, and it's really exciting.
Some of the players have said he likes to work with the ball more. He likes the players to have the ball more. I put that to Gerrard last week, and he said that was perhaps a bit unfair on the likes of Kenny and perhaps other managers in the past, that there seems to be this theory that Brendan wants the players to use the ball in training more than other managers. Would you go along with that?
No, I don't think so. I think Steve Clarke's training and Brendan's is quite similar. I'm not sure out of who, Steve Clarke and Kenny, who decided what training we were going to do, but I think from pre-season, I was injured last pre-season, but looking in, it was all with the ball anyway, so that's very similar. But you know, every manager has their own ideas at international level and at club level, so there is differences, yeah.
4 managers though in 3 years at Liverpool, it feels like time for stability. And
well, I think that tells you that you know, over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, we haven't had enough success. You know, the 2 cup runs last year were fantastic and we done really well, but usually the managers change at Liverpool down to what happens in Europe and what happens in the league. So that tells you that we haven't been successful enough in them 2 competitions, and that's why we've had a lot of managers recently. But I think it'd be good for everyone connected to the club to get some stability and, you know, give a manager some time to bring his ideas. You know, we can't expect it to happen overnight. So it's important that, you know, the supporters and everyone's patient, you know, and have a lot of belief in this manager, because I certainly have.
Ultimately, though, how do you describe last season? Because it's difficult to describe it as disappointing when you win a trophy and get to a final.
It wasn't disappointing. I've said that to a lot of people. You know, when you get to 2 cup finals and you also beat Everton at Wembley in a semi, they're memories that you take with you when you finish your career and you look back on. So it was a strange season, if you like, because even in the league we played some games where we battered teams and we played really well, some great football. I use the Arsenal game, for example. I watched it from the director's box, and it's probably one of the best Liverpool performances at Anfield I've watched. We come away, we get beat 2-1. Arsenal go on to finish in the top 4, and we finish 8th. That's the small details at this level that, you know, determine what position you finish in the league. So we're not that far away from the top sides up in the league, and that's what gives me the belief that we can, you know, gate-crash that top 4 come the end of this season.
How big a factor in your mind was the absence of Lucas last year to perhaps the struggles at times in the league?
Yeah, he was a big factor because, you know, when he got the big injury, he was probably our best player at the time, form-wise. You know, and I think even previous to getting the injury, he was playing superbly well, and he plays that position in the team where, you know, we call it, you know, where you do the ugly work, the work that you don't really like to do, breaking the play up, making sure he protects the back 4. you know, when we lose the ball and teams counter-attack against us, he stops a lot of goals and a lot of dangerous situations. So it's great to have him back. I mean, you know Lucas as well as me. He's a great person as well, and he's great for the squad. And you know, we're delighted to have him back.
And credit to him for, again, you'll have seen it at first hand. He didn't have the easiest of starts to his Liverpool career, but he's fought through that, and like you say, now he's one of the key members of the squad.
I think you've got to do that as a footballer if you want to play at the top for a long time and be successful. You've got to, you know, come through the lows, and it was certainly a low for Lucas when the fans, you know, weren't giving him the backing. But you know, all the players stuck with him because we could see it in training and certain parts of his game that, you know, he was a young lad and it was always going to come. But credit to him, he rolled his sleeves up. He worked hard, he hit the gym, got himself stronger physically, and it's turned around for him. He's had a year out the game, which is a long time. I can you know, say that myself, and hopefully he can get back to the level really quickly that he was before he got the injury.
Great for him. What continues to motivate you to have success at Liverpool? What's your motivation?
The same as it was before I made my debut. I love playing for Liverpool. You know, it's my team. I support them. I don't like it when we get beat. So there's a lot of exciting games coming up this season I want to be part of, and you know, the experiences like the Wembley trips and, you know, the Champions League finals and all that. You know, I'd like to have more good nights in a red shirt before I hang my boots up.
Do you still believe that those nights are possible with Liverpool?
Yeah, definitely.
What about this tour this week that you've had in the States? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been really quick because, you know, as soon as we settled, we've had 3 or 4 sessions and it seems like we're ready to go home already. But the boys have certainly enjoyed it. The training's been great, what I've done so far, and I'm looking forward to getting my boots back on for a cameo against Tottenham. But I think the trip's been successful. It gives us a chance to, you know, spend time with the fantastic support we've got out here, and I'm sure the club have benefited very much from it.
How's your own fitness now?
It's still not there, my match fitness. Obviously, I've had 4 weeks off. I've done 3 or 4 sessions, but 4 weeks is not a long time to have off in football, so it'll come back really quickly, and you know, by the time the important games come around at the beginning of the season, I'll be ready.
And the small amount of time you have spent with the, should we call them the youngsters of the trip? Some of them are young enough, I think, to be your kids, by the way. There's 16 and 17-year-olds in there. It's just, it's a new generation, isn't it now?
It is, and you know, it's been a great opportunity for them to come and show the new coaching setup what they're all about. You know, for me, for the young lads, they've got to take the chance when it comes along. You know, I got a chance back when I was their age and I took it. I read a lot of interviews from these young players who say, you know, I want to be patient and wait for my chance. My message to them is don't wait. They've got an opportunity every day to shine in front of the manager and prove that they're good enough, or prove that they can move the senior players in their position. The challenge is there for them. They've got to do it now and not wait.
Do you still get excited about the thought of a new season? Like, no doubt they are at 17, 18. Do you still get that?
Yeah, I
same?
do. I don't like pre-season. I don't like friendly matches, and I don't like, you know, waiting for the big games. I prefer. I wish it was the day before the first game of the season now. I'm not really one who enjoys all the travelling and all the pre-season. But it's got to be done. You know, you need to find that level of fitness and that base that you need for the whole season. So it's very important. But for me, I wish we were 4 weeks ahead.
Quick word on the Europa League as well, which is coming up. Your thoughts on that competition overall and Liverpool's involvement?
Be nice if we win it.
Simple as that?
That's it.
How do you get through a tie like the one coming up though against?
You've got to treat it like any other big game. You know, if you go in and disrespect the opposition, it's been shown many a times of football, not just at this club, that, you know, banana skins are out there and you can go out of these tournaments. But it's another trophy for us, and it's a wonderful trophy if you go all the way. But if we end up playing 16, 17 games in it and go out in a quarter final or the last 16, it's worthless. We either, you know, we win it or it means nothing.
And your own expectation levels for the season overall?
To try and get back in the top 4 is key for the club and for me as well. You know, I'd love nothing better than to play in the Champions League next season. And also, you know, if we can perform like we did in the Cups, like we did last year, hopefully we can bring a few exciting days out for the fans again, because that's what it's all about.